going to do with this 2 is I am going to distribute it. And you might find some shortcuts, but I'm just going to do one step at a time. So I have 2 log base 4 of 15x minus 2 log base 4 of 5x squared plus 2 log base 4y. I'm done with that. And now I still have my plus 1/3 log base 4 of 8. Phew, I barely made that. Alright, now remember, I don't want any of these numbers in front of logs. So, what I'm going to do with each of those values in front is I'm going to make them become exponents. Now, before I start writing this, let me just point this out. Like this first term here, there's a 15 and an x, so I'm going to have to put parentheses around that before I square it. Alright, so I've got log base 4, all of 15x is going to be squared, minus log base 4, I've got 5x squared, but all of that is squared, plus log base 4, this one's easy, I just write y squared, and finally I've got plus log base 4 of 8 to the 1/3 power. Alright, let's simplify this down a little bit more now. The first term is log base 4. Remember, you need to distribute that too. So 15 squared is 225x squared minus log base 4, you have to do 5 squared, which is 25. Power of a power you multiply, so x to the 4th, minus log base 4y squared, plus log base 4, now we're reviewing stuff from the last chapter, 8 to the 1/3 power, remember, is the cube root of 8. The cube root of 8 is 2. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange these terms so that I have anything added first and anything subtracted next. So I'm going to start with my log base 4, 225x squared. Next I'm going to write the plus log base 4 of 2. Then I'm going to write the 2 that are subtracted. Except you guys probably already caught this before I did. I'm going to back up here because I realize that that should be a plus. Sorry about that. So this is really a plus log base 4, so I'm going to write that next. Log base 4y squared, and then the only thing that's subtracted is this, so I'm going to put that at the end. Alright, so the first 3 things are going to be in the numerator, so we've got log base 4. I'm going to have 225x squared, 2 times y squared, all on top. And then I'm going to have my 25x to the 4th in the denominator. And now I just need to simplify that fraction. So I have log base 4, 225 times 2 is 450. I have an x squared and a y squared, all of this divided by 25x to the 4th. Simplify the 450 over 25 to give me 18. 450 divided by 25 is 18. Notice I have x squared in the numerator, x to the 4th in the denominator, so there's 2 extra x's in the denominator, and then I still have y squared in the numerator. So that was a good one. That took a few steps. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start expanding these. So I started with four logs in this first example, or this last example, and condensed it down to 1. Now we're going to pull them apart. The quickest way to kind of look at this is to look after the 1 log and see how many